It is as if everything were being done in the middle of the 19th century to beguile human beings into believing that thinking must remain subjective and shadow-like, that it must not interfere in the world outside, so that they could not possibly imagine that there might be reason, nous, in the cosmos, something that lives in the cosmos itself. This is what caused the second half of the 19th century to be so unphilosophical. Basically, this is also what made it so devoid of deeds. This is what caused the economic relationships to become more and more complicated, while commerce became enlarged into a world economy, so that the whole earth in fact turned into one economic sphere, and particularly this shadow-like thinking was unable to grasp the increasingly complex and overwhelming reality. This is the tragedy of our modern age. The economic conditions have become more and more complex, weighty, and increasingly brutal. Human thinking remained shadowy, and these shadows certainly could not penetrate into what goes on outside in the brutal economic reality. This is what causes our present misery. Unfortunately, if a person actually believes that he is more delicately organized and has need of the Spirit, he may possibly get into the habit of making a long face, of speaking in a false two voice, and of talking about the fact that he has to elevate himself from this brutal reality, since the spiritual basically can be grasped only in the mystical realm. Thinking has become so refined that it has to withdraw from reality, that it perishes right away in its shadowy existence if it tries to penetrate brutal reality. Reality, in the meantime, develops below in conformity with the instincts. It proliferates and brutalizes. Up above, we see these bloated ideas of mysticism, of worldviews and theosophies floating about. Below, life brutality takes its course. This is something that must stop for the sake of mankind. Thinking must be enlivened. Thought has to become so powerful that it need not withdraw from the brutal reality, but can enter into it, can live in it as spirit. Then reality will no longer be brutal. This has to be understood.